In this video, we're going to go through 4 properties of substances that are in the solid state, liquid state, and gas state. We're going to be starting with volume. Volume is the amount of space that an object occupies. For solids and liquids, the volume of an object is relatively fixed. Think about your calculator. Your calculator has a fixed volume. You can't smash it into a smaller volume or expand it into a larger volume. Gases, on the other hand, have variable volume. As we know, the gases can be easily compressed into a smaller volume or expanded into a larger volume. I do want to say that for solids and liquids, their volume is mostly fixed. There is a little bit of variation to their volume, but for most scientists, the variation of the volume of a solid or a liquid is negligible. Shape, everybody understands what shape refers to. For solids, solids have a fixed shape. Think again about your calculator. The shape of your calculator is just its shape, and it doesn't change its shape if you put it into your backpack or take it out of your backpack. Liquids and gases take the shape of their containers. You can imagine maybe having a glass of water and you pour that into a water bottle. It's going to take a different shape. And this is also true for gases. Gases expand to fill the entire volume of whatever container they're in. In terms of motion, this is referring to the motion of the molecules or atoms that are in the solid, the liquid, or the gas. Gas molecules have a very fast motion. Their motion is kind of like flying. I like to imagine gas molecules like a whole bunch of super balls, those little bouncy rubber balls just kind of randomly flying around. Solid molecules or solid atoms have vibrations in place. So this means that the molecules or the atoms are not moving around. They're in a fixed position in the substance. They're all stuck in that spot, meaning that this atom right here is stuck in this position. It can't move itself over to the other side, but they are kind of wiggling in these places that they're located. Their fixed position is what gives them a fixed shape and a fixed volume. Liquid molecules are freely moving, not anywhere near as fast as a gas. They are in constant contact with each other, which is also different from a gas. The gas molecules are not in contact with each other as they're moving around. So the liquid molecules, let's make like a little sample of liquids here. These molecules are freely moving around. The molecule that's right here in this position is able to move itself into a different spot in the container. So it can kind of like make its way through the crowd and end up in this place over here, free to move around, but they do stay in constant contact with each other. So because they're in constant contact with each other, they have the fixed volume, but because they are free to move around, their shape can change. And the last thing that we're going to talk about is the strength of the intermolecular forces. The intermolecular forces being the forces that are helping to hold the atoms or the molecules together in a sample. So since gas molecules aren't even in contact with each other at all, they have very low intermolecular forces. There's not a lot of forces that are holding them together. They're not even together. Solid substances have very high intermolecular forces. We see this reflected in the fact that they really can't move from one position to another. They are just stuck where they are. And liquid substances have medium or moderate, somewhere in the middle.